Let me tell you guys a story. The story about the pauper and the king. One day, the pauper asked the king for a stimulus check. The king said no. The pauper couldn't contest. He had no power, no resources, and no money. The pauper got together with some of his friends. There's more paupers than there are king. And they formed an attack on the one thing that makes the king respond: his pockets. The paupers banded together to create the biggest short squeeze on the stock market ever. You guys probably already know what this video is about, but I just woke up and I had to make it. It's a sad day. It's a sad day not only for America, but it's a sad day for the realization that the game of making money is rigged for a select few. There is a select few people that own a large majority of the wealth. That's just a fact, right? So let me give you guys some background story. So a Reddit thread called Wallstreetbets created what's called a short squeeze. Let's watch. I think this guy explains what a short is the best. So let's watch him.
Point where they're negative on the shares they own. And that's when a short squeeze can happen. What is a short squeeze? Short squeeze is stock is doing this, it's going up, right? Now, they borrowed those shares and they're now underwater. Those shares are worth now more than they borrowed. And if that continues up, at some point they have to cover their shares. How do you cover that? Remember what I said? They have to buy those shares back at whatever the current price is. So now when you have a company having 140% of the float or the amount of shares, and they have all this money, they've got to buy it, they now have to spend billions of dollars to buy shares way higher than what they borrowed them at, which then in turn drives the price up more. Rinse, repeat, rinse, repeat. And when a bunch of degens found out about this, we can now fuck this guy over and make money if they have to dump capital in and shoot the price up. Thank you. And the last nail in the coffin was old Elon Musk. Okay?
Yep. So the webpage forum on Reddit r/Wallstreetbets has been operating for around probably 4 years now, and I've been into stocks for maybe 2 years. And I communicate most of my stocks are based off of the ideas floating around on that forum. So recently, the GameStop share reached about $40 a share, which is a lot. So the large hedge funds have, it's what's called a short. They were shorting that purchase, betting on it to go down. In response to this, Wallstreetbets got together in a Discord and together decided to not only short squeeze them by holding and not selling, but actually buying more. They bought so many GameStop shares, it actually soared to a record $439. This is almost unheard of. This is not only the short squeeze of the decade, this is the biggest short squeeze in history. This is like bigger than anything that's ever happened in the stock market. This will be in the history books. This is crazy. Well, what do we have here? Robinhood tweeting, "Let the people trade." All right, Robinhood, thanks. Let me check. Let me try real quick. Okay, let's go to. I want to increase my. Oh, it's dipping. You always buy when low, right? I'd like to buy some AMC, please. You can close your position on this stock, but you cannot purchase additional shares. Okay, thanks. I know it's not much, but they're gonna have to pry these 85 shares of AMC. I've lost $1,000 today on this one share. They're going to have to pry these shares out of my cold, dead hands. I have to get serious for this. They have stopped you. They have stopped you from buying Nokia, GameStop, AMC, and BlackBerry. These are all things that you could buy yesterday and the day before and the week before. And for the entirety of that company on Robinhood, you've been able to buy. But today, because some rich people get mad, they are no longer selling those stocks to people like me who live in a small apartment. As of now, they've actually just added, it is now 10:50 for me. They've just added 4 more stocks to the restricted trading. Let's see. They added, Robinhood adds AAL, CTRM, Sandals. I know this one, Sandal Growing, and others to restricted trading. The free market is dead. Oh my God, AAL is American Airlines. The irony of American Airlines being untradeable. Capitalism for me, but not for thee. Basically, the entire financial industry is telling us normals, get your own free market. Wait, the free market actually isn't free? Never was. What's happening right now is 150% illegal. That they should not be allowed to do this. The only reason they're doing this is because they're losing money because they're shorting the market. And a group of people like you and me decided to stop them from shorting a short squeeze. Just because they got on a public forum to do it doesn't mean that they're not doing the exact same thing that Wall Street is doing. All right, now let's go back to Twitter. So here we have hashtag Robinhood, which is number 4 on trending. 1, 2, 3. Number 3 on trending right now. Robinhood has imposed restrictions this morning that prevented users from buying AMC, GameStop, and other stocks sent out to the moon by Reddit. Here's one. If Redditors rallying GameStop is unacceptable market manipulations, what would you call greedy Wall Street bankers gambling away our entire economy in 2008 facing no consequences? There's one. Here's another one. This one's by Bernie Sanders. Let's see what he has to say. Twitter. Wall Street plays by the rules? Who are we kidding? The business model of Wall Street is fraud. Here's another great tweet by Alexandra Ocasio-Cortez, AOC. This is unacceptable. We need to know more about Robinhood's app's decision to block retail investors from purchasing stock while hedge funds are freely able to trade the stock as they see fit. As a member of the Financial Services Committee, I'd support a hearing if necessary. Ted Cruz fully agrees. This is like unprecedented in so many terms. We've achieved peace between left and right in their hatred of hedge fund rich scum. Eat the rich. Today, in the quote-unquote free market, AMC, JMC stock, Nokia all have been restricted from trading because billionaires can't handle the game being rigged against them for the first time in history. Hold the line. Somebody is going to have to explain to me what in the world Robinhood apps and others literally trying to force a crash by closing the open market is fair. They should be in jail. That is literally market manipulation. Here's Robinhood's Twitter handle. Democratizing finance for all. Really? Finance for all. Is that finance for all people that aren't buying AMC, GMC, or GME, BB, and Nokia and OK? Only those people, right? Only those people? Only the people that you want to buy certain stocks are allowed to buy certain stocks? And how funny is it that an app named Robinhood, that literally Robinhood is, he takes from the rich and gives to the poor. The second the poor take from the rich and feed their own mouths, the second that happened, Robinhood's 180s and is only interested in the mass hedge fund managers in New York. As of this morning, Wallstreetbets Discord has been banned for hate speech, right? Hate speech is going to be, you guys will see this more in the future. Hate speech will be used to ban anything that is, one, actually hate speech, or two, going against the conglomerate that is trying to make money off of you, you know? All right, and that brings us to the hedge funds. Hedge fund Melvin Capital has closed GameStop position. That means that they could no longer afford to keep paying and making sure their short position kept going, right? Because they were one of those ones shorting the GameStop market. And a solid theory that is this. So president of Citadel bails out Melvin Capital so that Ken Griffin calls up Robinhood CEO Vlad and says don't allow buying of GME, Nokia, and all the ones that we've already stated before. Citadel handles 60% of Robinhood's trades. Basically, Robinhood needs Citadel / Kane Griffin. This should disgust people, because this fully exposes all the cracks that our government is based on. For one, the rich control literally every. They can control what you buy, even have the option to buy. They can say, no, you don't get to buy that anymore, or no, you shouldn't be buying that anymore. But they have the ability to get together and do exactly what Wallstreetbets doing at a much larger scale, because they have way more money. But when they do it, it's not illegal because they do it in private. This is a class war, and I think he puts it pretty succinctly. Stick together and we can make big stocks one by one while fucking with rich people's hedges. There are more of us than there are of rich people. Invest and hold together. All in all, this paints a pretty scary picture of the future. Not only do you not have the freedom to invest in whatever company you want, but if you actually get a chance to, and you invest in the wrong thing that they don't want you to, you'll be marked a terrorist and you'll be banned for hate speech or something along the lines of that. The repercussions will be felt for years to come, much like the financial crisis of 2008, and it's going to be scary, and this is just the future. This is the way the future is going, and for one, I'm glad to be a part of it and be woke. I'm so woke. I'm woke enough to realize that what is happening is no bueno. Closing statement: hold the line. Don't let them win. This is a class war. This might be the last time there ever is a class war. I'm telling you guys, like this, if something like this won't be allowed to happen again. So this is the last and only time that something like this can happen. I think all this controlling and manipulation of the market is going to cause people to flee from investing their dollars in companies and going straight to cryptocurrencies. It's unregulated, decentralized, and it's a completely anonymous form of currency. The last things I have to say is go ahead and if you're not already, follow r/Wallstreetbets and r/Wallstreetbets new, and you have a little cash. Invest in, I think Dogecoin right now is the thing that everyone is we're trying to spike. Yeah, Dogecoin right now is at like 200% because you can't invest in AMC or GameStop or any of these other ones. They're forced to go to cyber currency, like I guessed. Once again, guys, thank you for watching, and if you enjoyed, share with a friend, or subscribe, or do both, or like, subscribe, and do both, whatever. I just have one more message to share with you guys. Thank you for following. Yo guys, I'm updating the video, or I'm editing the video, and I'm trying to keep everything up to date, and more news is coming out ASAP. So in the beginning of the video, I said it was kind of a conspiracy that someone thought Citadel was working with Robinhood to short this, and this guy, Justin Kahn, said, just got a tip that Citadel reloaded their shorts before they told Robinhood to stop trading GME. If this is true, Ken Griffin and Robinhood founders should be in jail. There should be congressional hearing. That's them in prison. SEC should investigate the following. Did Citadel's hedge funds, Citadel Global Equities and Citadel Wellington, hold any short positions in stock heavily owned in Robinhood users? And did they increase them in the past few days? Subpoena all emails and phone calls between Citadel Securities and Robinhood's, and subpoena all emails and phone calls between the Wall Street banks and Robinhood. Robinhood gives its shares to Wall Street banks to lend out to hedge fund clients to shorts through prime brokerage. There you go. One last little thing. It looks like Ben Shapiro has also got on the train. He says, quote, in a tweet, note, Robinhood absolutely should not be stopping trading at GameStop. Market mechanics include the reality that some people will attempt to game the market's mechanics, and some will pay the price. Restricting who can buy and sell the market is using a hammer on free markets. So now we have AOC, Ted Cruz, Donald Trump, Ben Shapiro. This is the most unity we've seen on something political ever, and all pointing towards one person, Robinhood.